I'm looking for emancipation. You fall in love.
He's after all of us. We can't just rob him.
What up, YouTube? I'm Paul. This is Ta&Co. Back at you with another video. If you guys see me look down, I just got the names down here, so I'm trying to get all the names. I'm not trying to mess up on anything. So that's why I'm looking down. But anyways, so we're talking about Birds of Prey, the official review from me. I just saw the movie about a couple days ago. Please guys, if you guys didn't see the movie, leave a comment, let me know exactly what you guys think about the movie. As always guys, if you agree with me or you like the review, leave a thumbs up. If you don't, leave a thumbs down. Just let me know. Everything's accepted over here on this channel, you know what I mean? But let's talk about the movie. So the movie basically is it's basically a breakup movie. It's basically a love story almost of kind of how Harley goes through her breakup and then kind of how she's trying to get over it is basically the feel of the whole movie. Now the movie itself, as far as the animation and everything that they used throughout the movie, I thought was done very, very well. But then the movie itself was also all over the place. Okay, it felt like the moment they start to explain to you one thing, then they have to give you a breakdown of how they even got there. So they take you back to this thing, and then they'll take you back to that thing, and then it kind of gets a little bit confusing because it kind of feels like it's all over the place. Essentially, the movie is just basically John Wick meets Deadpool, okay? And it feels like that's kind of what they were going for. So there's a lot of action in the movie where sometimes you're watching the action, you're going, what the heck is this for? Or why did this even come about? And then as far as Deadpool, you feel like they're trying to go for the same comedic humor that Deadpool has. So it's a lot of that, but I feel like the movie is just too much all over the place. And what they should have did was they should have just kind of did a Harley Quinn movie, just kind of focus on a Harley Quinn origin story, the way that they probably did with Joker. Or I feel like they should have just did more on that. There was just so many characters in the movie, and sometimes I kind of feel like the characters were not used correctly. For example, so you have, I feel like this movie is completely saved by Margot Robbie, okay? Margot Robbie is such a great Harley Quinn, and I feel like she is spot on for the role. It's perfect, but at the same time, I feel like because of how bad some of these movies are, her acting ability and for this role is kind of being wasted. So then you have Journey Smollett, who is Black Canary. Then you have Mary Elizabeth Winstead, which is the Huntress. So I'm butchering some of these names, I know. But those two, I feel like, for example, the Black Canary I feel like her role as Black Canary for Journey Smollett was pretty good. But then her ability throughout the movie was only used, as far as I saw it, just one time. So it kind of made her feel like a puppet. Or I don't really want to give too much of the movie away, but it just kind of feels like she's the help, or she's just kind of here, but she's not really used correctly throughout the movie. And then you have the Huntress, which throughout the movie, she has more of like a depressing kind of background, like an up story throughout the movie. But then it feels like she's getting all the comedic puns and all the humor, and it's just kind of very off to me because you would think that her role would be switched a little bit more around, right? So then you have, and it was odd because the movie felt like, I said, they were going for like comedic puns and humor and stuff like that. But then they have people, for example, Ali Wong is in this movie, who is a comedian, but for some reason they have her playing like a more serious role. She's playing like a detective throughout the movie, and I thought maybe why not put her somewhere else where you could probably use a little bit more of her comedic humor. It just didn't feel right. Something just didn't mesh together. Black Mask didn't feel like the tough guy that he is, the big boss throughout Gotham. He didn't feel like that. You got Victor Zsasz in the movie, who is probably one of the most sadistic and probably the craziest people throughout the DC universe. But once again, a lot of these people, the role that is portrayed throughout the DC comics, you just don't get on screen. So it just does not, for some reason, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't mesh. I honestly believe it kind of felt like, they was kind of going for more like an all women sort of thing. So I kind of feel like, why not just kind of switch it up and just throw in Poison Ivy as a villain in there, you know what I mean? Because Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy in some of these comics, they do have like a love thing, like a little love triangle thing. And like I said, the movie is kind of based around a breakup. I kind of feel like They give you a lot of Joker references throughout the movie, but once again, Joker's not in the movie. He's removed from the movie. More so, I believe, it's probably just not to give the actor who played Joker a bigger payday or more money or just anything. So there's times throughout the movie where you can see they're referring towards Joker. If you feel like Joker might have been in the scene, they kind of edited him out, and he's really not there. The movie, it just was kind of too much all over the place, and I had such a high expectation for the movie. I think that's my problem. I went with a higher expectation because I thought, okay, they're gonna focus more so on Harley Quinn, and it just wasn't there for me. Sometimes throughout the movie, certain things are happening, and you're going, how the heck did we get here? Why is this happening? Does it make any sense? And you start to question the movie more so than you're actually watching the movie. At some point, we actually got up about 10 minutes early before the movie was even over, and we left. We actually left the movie. It did not sit right. It feels like DC will do this weird thing where they'll put out movies that are just completely awful, and they'll put out really good movies, and they're just kind of up and down all over the place. Now, I didn't look at who directed this movie versus who directed some of their other movies, so I don't know if it's the same director, but whatever they did for Joker, which I don't know if it's the same. I would guess it's the same studio, but I don't know. Whatever they did for Joker, whatever they did for Aquaman and Wonder Woman, they need to do this. Like I said, I don't know if it's the same thing, so I don't want to say that. But if they are, they need to do the same thing that they did for those movies, even though the feel is completely different. But it just wasn't there for me. Now, I see a lot of these movies, a lot of movie reviews are giving it about 6, 7. I've seen Rotten Tomato has it about like 79%. But then if you look at the box office numbers, it's not getting a great review in the box office. Sonic is actually about to pass it in the box office, which then you just kind of wonder, for a movie this big, Sonic is pretty big itself, but I feel like the budget that they use, this is basically going to cover its budget. The budget is about anywhere from about 83 to 97 million. So the movie as of right now is basically going to cover its budget. But once again, it's probably going to make a little bit more than that, and it's probably just going to die down. It just didn't sit well with me. Now, I know a lot of people giving it some great reviews, so I'm scratching my head. I'm trying to figure out why. But once again, guys, if you feel otherwise, please let me know. I'm just not trying to give too much of any spoilers away. If you did see it, let me know. If you didn't like it, let me know. If you did like it, let me know. It kind of feel like almost too, especially if this movie kind of flops. I don't know if they're going for a Suicide Squad 2, but if they were looking for it, then if this movie goes bad, I honestly feel like a Suicide Squad 2 will not happen. But as always, guys, please let me know, guys. So with that being said, if I was going to give the movie a score, it would be about a 2 out of 5. And you probably wonder, if you walked out, why not give it a lower score or something? But like I said, it felt like the movie had so much potential, and I don't know if it was the writing or just something was just off. It was there, but it was off. It was like they took all the pieces, but they didn't put them like in order correctly, and they had one piece over here. It's like if you're counting, you use like 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 10, 11. Like it didn't mesh. It didn't make any sense. So honestly, on top of that, the album that they made for this movie was phenomenal. It was a great album. It really explained a lot of the movie. It felt very, very good. I did a couple reactions to the music from this movie, and it felt very, very good, but the movie itself just did not sit very well. So let me know, as always, guys. Once again, thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, share, and I'll be back with another video. Thank you. You still here? Well, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and as always, check out Lulu's page. Now shoot, get out of here, go.